Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video we're going to be exploring the maximum potential of Iron Man Infinity War with a brand new Stealth Suit Spider-Man synergy. So if you watched the channel a little bit earlier this week, we did a 6-star rank 1 unawakened takedown of Realm of Legends Star-Lord to really show you guys how you can ramp up his damage. But as some of you pointed out, it does take a while to ramp up those plasma charges to really get that big damage. So today I wanted to show you guys how you can utilize his awakened ability and a fairly risky playstyle of playing under 15%. So if you're a big fan of champions like Thing and Nick Fury and you enjoy kind of that living on the edge playstyle, you can get so much damage out of Iron Man Infinity War, and it really does bring him to like a solid god tier level of damage output. We're about 50 seconds into this fight and already we've got the damage ticking from 2 stacks of the enhanced plasma that is merged via heavy attack for double damage, and we're going for a third one now, so we get the incinerate there, and you can see with the power game, man, we're straight onto a special one after this. Then we just need to catch the parry, merge with another heavy, and then we got 3 stacks of plasma dealing 2,345 per tick, so that's just under 5,000 damage every single second. So what Iron Man's awakened ability does, if you are below 15% and have 1 stack of armor up, you're going to gain a constant flood of power based on the amount of signature levels you have, and the power flood is a lot. You know, if you're used to fighting Iron Man Infinity War, you've fought him a few times, you're probably aware how quickly his power can go up. So sometimes, like here, man, I didn't even have the opportunity to use a special 2 before I was already capped out on the power, so we'd fire off a special 3 here. This special 3 isn't really doing anything because he already has too much plasma on him to really, get a good chance at applying another one. But you can see coming out of that as well, we've got the damage ticking at just over 6,000 every single second, split between 2 ticks of 3,126 every half second. And in Realm of Legends, this is absolutely tearing bosses apart. Combined with Iron Man Infinity War's 16-second heal block on the special 1 and also heavy attack, we've completely countered and shut down Realm of Legends Wolverine here, so it's going really, really well. We go for another special 1 just to kind of seal off the heal block and reapply those plasma, and a very, very efficient Wolverine takedown of 133 hits there. So for a champion that didn't reverse regeneration, he managed to regen, a fair bit at the start as well while we were, building up the plasma and getting the damage in. That was an absolutely fantastic takedown. Now, to show you guys the full team synergy that I'm using today, and also a few different fights and how I ramp this champion up. So I got the Stealth Suit Spider-Man synergy. That one is very important in order to get the increased plasma and also incinerate duration. And for the remainder of this run as well, I've added in Nick Fury, Ant-Man, and Yellow Jacket. So that gives me the evade synergy, which gives me like 3 extra lives in case, we get hit while auto block isn't active. But that is also the beauty of playing in the sub 15% phase. Even if you do fail and have an armor up, you're just going to auto block the opponent and take pretty much no damage. So against Winter Soldier, we are literally just getting pounded by this man. It's all about getting to that 15% phase. I just wanted to, show you guys how you start off playing with Iron Man Infinity War, and then once you're there, you hammer in, boys. You hammer in, you get a combo, fire off your first special 2. But if you do like regenerate above the 15% phase, it can also remove the power gain, so you've got to make sure you take a little bit of block damage here and there and stay below 15%. So we're firing off our first special 1 here, and then we're trying to capture parry in order to merge both of these debuffs into an enhanced plasma. So we get the parry, just about get the heavy attack in the nick of time there. All praise to the Spider-Man synergy for not letting me lose that plasma, so I'm pretty happy about that one. And 1 tick against Winter Soldier without the class advantage is dealing just over 619 every half a second. So that's about 1,200 damage every single second combined. We've already got the second incinerate on the opponent, so we just need to build to a special 1 and get plasma. And sometimes you're going to get a little bit unlucky and you won't see the power gain for a while, but most combos you will generate like 1 stack of armor up, so it is pretty reliable in terms of Iron Man's power gain. At this point, we're 50 hits in and we've taken down 20% of his total hit points. That's just over 100,000. But Iron Man Infinity War is a massive ramp up champion. The deeper you go, the more plasma you can stack, and the longer you can last, the more damage damage you're going to deal, and it just goes up and up exponentially. And if you haven't already seen the Labyrinth of Legends Star-Lord takedown with a 6-star unawakened one, you can get a real idea of how effective that damage can be. Here we got 3 stacks of plasma, so we're dealing just under 4,000 damage every single second, split across 2 ticks of 1,855. So yeah, 4k damage per second is really, really good for a maxed out 4-star champion, and this is, you know, barely the beginning of his ramp, man. This took pretty much no time to generate at all once we really got into the fight, and we were at this on Realm of Legends Wolverine literally within a minute there. We didn't merge that plasma too efficiently there, so we only got a half one. So you can see the damage has only gone up by about 300 every single tick there, because if you do not merge the incinerate and also the shock with the heavy, then you're only going to get half damage and half value off them. So if you're using this synergy, it's quite important to try and get max value out of the mergers when you can. But hey, you know, mistakes happen, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult to bait out heavy attacks. So sometimes, you know, you just got to make that decision to go straight in. But you can see once we get going, man, it's a really, really efficient and quick kill. Like, really good, man. 134 hits, and this man is almost down at this point. For a 4-star champion to take down Realm of Legends Winter Soldier in anywhere under 200 hits is pretty impressive, man. But 142 for the KO was a really, really good time, and we did have a couple of hits overkill there as well. But you can see, even, you know, on fights that aren't Realm of Legends Wolverine, this dude still hits very, very hard. I want to show you guys, you know, a fair few fights from the run, because some people might be a little bit cynical, thinking this isn't very practical to pull off, or, you know, you're playing at very, very low health percentages. You can very easily die, but you do have quite a big safety net, especially if you have the Nick Fury synergy as well. So yeah, it's really difficult to die, at least in my opinion. All of the gameplay today was actually recorded on my first run through in Realm of Legends with the 4-star Iron Man Infinity War. I got that Realm of Legends Winter Soldier kill, and I was like, damn, this run's going really, really well. I'm going to see how far I can push it, see if I can get Realm of Legends Wolverine down. And then I did the Wolverine kill, and I was like, wow, that was such an efficient kill, man. That was really, really good. So I thought, you know, we'd do a full gameplay showcase today, because let's be honest, not really that many people pay too much attention to Iron Man Infinity War. And I think before the Stealth Suit Spider-Man synergy, you know, it's fair play, because it's really difficult to keep up the plasma and also the incinerate in certain scenarios if you don't have that 50% increased duration, because sometimes you get a scenario where the opponent won't throw a special attack, or they're just blocking a load, and there's not really anything you can do apart from to let it expire. And when it expires, you have a lot of frustration there. But I really do feel like this additional 50% duration really changes the character and makes him much more fun, much more viable to play, and I have not really had that many problems since kind of using this synergy in terms of stacking and keeping plasma up. And it's just further enhanced by his awakened ability to generate massive amounts of power, which just makes him a lot more fun to play, because it kind of adds like this Hyperion element of Iron Man Infinity War. But arguably the power gain, I think, is a little bit better and a little bit faster than Hyperion's, man. Just look at the way it shoots up. It is so rapid. Like, sometimes I don't even, you know, have the opportunity to do a combo. I just need to go straight in order to get the damage output and, you know, connect to special ones so I can get the shock, so I can, you know, fuse the incinerate and plasma there. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how effective the power gain is from the awakened ability if you really do want to utilize this champion to his maximum potential and, you know, play him on the edge like this. So just to cover this fight as well, you know, we're up against Realm of Legends Rhino, 116 hits in, we got 6 stacks of plasma, and one of those stacks is from the special 3, so it's a little bit weaker overall, and we're dealing 3,401 damage per tick. So yeah, overall per second, man, that's almost 7,000 damage every single second, which is insanely good. And we can also like heavy counter the special 2 for mergers as well in that fight. So, you know, Realm of Legends Rhino is an absolute beauty to take down. Honestly, this week with the brand new Spider-Man synergy, I've never had so much fun with the Infinity War version of Iron Man, and it's got me really excited to awaken the 6-star version at some point in the future. But like, looking back, I just wish that they had increased the duration of the plasma and incinerate by 50%, like right out of the gate, because he would have been so much of a better champion. Don't get me wrong though, Iron Man Infinity War is an absolute Swiss Army knife when it comes to utility, and there is a lot of stuff stuff that this champion can do, but I think like dealing damage has always been a little bit impractical with Iron Man Infinity War without the use of the Spider-Man synergy. So yeah, it's just nice to see him get like a really solid upgrade. Against Storm, we've just merged our second stack of plasma, so you can see we're dealing about 1,500 damage every single tick. But if you look at the health as well, we're regenerating +5 from, I believe it's the Salve Mastery. We've just gone up to 16% there, which is a bad place to be at because we do not get access to the power gain when we are above 15% health. So look, we got the armor up buff, but we're not gaining any power there. So here I'm like trying to take some blocked hits and play a little bit funny man just to get the health down a little bit, but also I do need to keep the buffs up at the same time. We managed to get chipped down just to 15% there, which is absolutely perfect. I blocked the special too there just to take like a little bit more of a dent to make sure that we, you know, don't go up to that 16% range and lose down a load of damage. We now go for the merger on the next plasma as well. So we got the incinerate, we fire off the heavy attack there, merge the shock and incinerate. Now we got 3 stacks of plasma dealing 2,300 every single tick. We fire in another special too and then go straight for a special one as well. So yeah, as soon as we got that power gain back, man, we're back to cooking on gas here, boys. 4 stacks of plasma, just over 6,000 damage per second now. 3,126 ticks. We get the refresh there, a little bit close to the wire. You know, there are so many scenarios in this gameplay video particularly where you can see we would have lost the plasma, we would have lost the damage if we did not have the brand new Spider-Man synergy. So it's crazy, you know, just how valuable and how essential I find this synergy to playing Iron Man personally. 114 hits and this lass is, you know, pretty much dead, but we KO on 116 hits there. So overall, man, you know, 116 hits for 550k health. That is some really good damage output for a maxed out 4-star champion. I really wish that I could bring this Iron Man Infinity War into content like Act 6, because there's so much really cool stuff that I could do with Iron Man if I could actually bring him into the content, but unfortunately Kabam have decided that they like money, so I can't bring in my 4-star champion, so I either need to awaken the 6-star or, you know, rank up the 5-star version, but I don't really have like much use for the 5-star version, so I'd rather like awaken the 6-star, hopefully at some point in the near future. I mean, we could awaken the 6-star like off any Cavalier opening, but also I believe in about a month's time now we're doing a very big 6-star opening to try and either awaken Namor or the 6-star version of Ghost. I haven't decided which one we're going to go for yet, so you know, we're going to wait for the new featured crystal and see, but I think 6-star awakened Iron Man would be a really good time, and I think with the awakened ability, that could allow us to dive a little bit deeper into Labyrinth of Legends. As you've seen on like many of these fights, instead of taking about like 7 to 8 minutes to generate like 5 or 6 stacks of plasma, we can generate it with the awakened ability in about 2 minutes. So it could make the fights go much quicker, and we could maybe even build very quickly up to somewhere between like 10 to 11 stacks of plasma. So yeah, I'm now very keen to awaken my Iron Man Infinity War, especially after this new synergy, because there's just you know, so much potential, so much interesting stuff to maybe bring this champion back more into the fray of a champion that is actually played instead of a champion that's on Alliance War defense for everyone. But honestly, Kabam, if you're listening to this video, if you could just increase the base duration of Plasma Incinerate by 50% and then make the Spider-Man synergy, I don't know, like increase it by a further 50% or deal like, you know, 10% more damage, that would be a great time, because I think this increased Plasma and Incinerate duration is something that Iron Man should have had from day one, because it just makes the champion so much more practical to play. So yeah, that'd be a really nice time. But you know, we know it's probably not going to happen, lads, but you know, I'm praying that Kabam is listening and actually wants to make Iron Man a more usable character across the board. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed exploring Iron Man a little bit further, so if you did, please do smash that like button, and if any of your Alliance members are currently sleeping on Iron Man Infinity War, please do link them this video as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know your thoughts on Iron Man in the comments section below. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.